Congress.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Y'all stay standing, please. We have Robin Stanley here today who would like to start us off with prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you for bringing us all here. I just ask that you cover us with your love and that we all leave tonight with open minds and hearts and are just willing to value one another's opinions and the truths, bring the truths. We just thank you for all you do for us. We ask for discernment as we all unite to have a fruitful time.
Amen.
All right. We have a few things we need to go over here first. So, first thing I'd like to do is
motion to accept regular meeting minutes from May 14th, 2024.
I'll second.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion to accept special meeting minutes from May 28th, 2024.
Make motion. Second. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Motion to accept special meeting minutes from June 4th, 2024. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Motion to accept special meeting minutes from June 9th, 2024. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Motion to approve May bills.
Second.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion to approve May payroll, EFTs, and withholding vouchers. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay, and I have a resolution here we need to pass. This is the resolution of necessity to levy tax net excess of the 10 mil limitation for the fire and emergency medical services, RC 5705.33, 5705.191, and 5705.25. I'll second.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. All right. First thing what we'd like to do now is start off our reports. So, Mr. Stowell, would you like to do the fire report, please?
Well, I sure would. Thank you. You've got main fire and EMS report submitted. We had a busy month, 198 calls, 54 on the fire side. Good thing about that is when we had $1,000 in fire loss, we saved $7,250. All the structure fires, I believe, were mutual aid. So that's good. Average in route time was great. Out the door in 1.3 minutes. Average on scene was 5 minutes. EMS, well, first of all, we did 54 fire calls. EMS calls, we did 144. Out the door, again, 1.3. On the scene, 5. You know, that's, you can't get any better than that. We did, let's see, mutual aid on EMS. We did 10 mutual aid calls. And on the fire side, we did, how many? I'm looking. Yeah, we did town, fire too. That's right. 2 to Central Joint, 3 to Felicity, 1 to Monroe, 1 to Mount Orb, 1 to Washington, 2 to Williamsburg. Again, a lot of mutual aid structure fires, which takes out a lot of time. Everybody did a good job on that. Number 2, Halk Asphalt will be here June 27th, weather permitting. They'll seal and stripe the parking lot. There'll be no parking on the lot for 2 days. And the fire crews, they completed the hose testing for the year with all hose testing passing. We did have 100-foot section of 4-inch hose that failed, but it failed 1 foot beyond the coupling. We're able to take that 4-inch, take the coupling off, cut out the bad part, put it on, retest it, it's all good. So that's huge. So that's all I've got under old. Got anything to do?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Good business? Yes, go ahead.
Here's receipts of your guys' now.
I'm good with that. She got ready and she was curling her eyelashes.
I was not.
Maybe I should have said it.
You didn't have to. You're good. First of all, I'd like to recommend accepting firefighter medic Mark Bayless. Mark's been with us for probably 6 or 7 years. He's got some health concerns, so he has decided to turn in his resignation letter. And when he gets everything straightened out, the position becomes available, I'd like to reapply and become a
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to recommend accepting firefighter medic Mark Bayless resignation letter due to health reasons.
Second.
Yes.
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 Number 2 on your list, recommend removing firefighter EMT Molly Doyle from the department due to lack of participation.
I'd like to recommend removing firefighter EMT Molly Doyle from the department due to lack of participation.
Second.
Yes.
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 And number 3 on your list, recommend hiring part-time one of our cadets as a firefighter EMTB Cody Day. Cody is 18 years old and recently graduated from high school. I'd like to recommend her be part-time for a 1-year probation.
I'd like to recommend hiring part-time one of our cadets as a firefighter EMTB to go today for a 1-year probation period.
Yes.
Yes.
I would recommend promoting Matthew Bowman from cadet status to a volunteer EMT basic. And utilize him as a part-time EMTB when needed. Matthew is currently in our fire class, which will be ending this summer. At that point, he can move on to the normal part-time firefighter basic, EMT basic position for a 1-year probationary period. Matthew's been a cadet for several years. He was in the service, got deployed, graduated, so he's been in this status for several years, and now is back, got his EMT basic, and like I said, he's now in the fire class in our fire school here. So he's doing really good, so he should be had all of his service by probably August. Jerry, am I correct there?
Yes, he's doing well in the fire class, so he shouldn't have a problem.
Good. I'd like to recommend promoting Matthew Bowman from cadet status to volunteer EMTB and utilize him as a part-time EMTB.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Number 5 on your list, we need 2 front tires for the 2017 ambulance that are bad. I'm gonna defer the rest to Chief Cooper.
The tires on there we've noticed were cupping so bad and causing a vibration in the squad. We actually had to take it out of service because of the way it was riding. After looking at it, we felt that it was possibly some bad shocks on the squad as well. So we replaced 2 front shocks, and now we need to get the tires replaced. We did get a quotes on the tires, and the cheapest quote came from Gateway Tire for $760 to replace those 2 front tires. So that'd be a recommendation to use Gateway Tire for those.
I'd like to recommend we get 2 tires for the 2017 ambulance from Gateway Tire for $760.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Next on your list, crews will begin flowing, greasing, and weeding all take-your-own hydrants for the next 2 months. We have to do this every year. Flowing them, make sure the weeds are not covering them up. We've got several spots. If we don't do that, never know they're there. And we have to grease the threading so that it's taken off. So we do that. Village of Bethel, we usually do theirs. We haven't, they haven't done theirs in a couple of years. I asked Administrator Travis Dotson. He said that, yeah, we're going to do ours this year. We'll see. I guess they got a new employee who wants to get into it. So anyway, they're going to do theirs, so that's good. So kind of information only on that. And the last thing I've got, when we built this addition in 1996, I bought all the furnishings for everything, for the meeting room, bunk rooms, the laundry room. That's where I'm getting into this. It's a 1996 commercial washer. It's broke down half a dozen times. Each time that guy comes, he says, "You're lucky." He says, these parts are obsolete. So this last time they're putting Band-Aids on these things. So we're able to keep it running, but we need it. 28 years old. So I would like to recommend from H&M, who has excellent service. They're quick. They're here. You call them today, they'll be here in the morning. They're on Gilbert Avenue in Cincinnati. $6,374 for a new beer washer, which is heavy duty. Or dryer. Did I say washer?
Yeah.
Thanks, that's why you guys are here. We paid $4,000 for it in 1996. So really, if you think about it, $6,374, that's not a huge increase. I would like to recommend purchasing that from each.
I'd like to recommend that we purchase a Husband's 55-pound capacity dryer tumbler with reversing cylinder and dual digital controls from H&M Company.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I've got.
Thank you very much for a great report.
Yes.
At this time, I have a date of August 21st, 1978. And for the person that date means a lot to, please come forward. No willing, Mr. Stowell.
No one here. No one here.
Okay, now Debbie, gonna add up some years.
I am not.
Okay,
And if you see
I got a
me
little-
crying, it's just because he's gonna be home now. And that's
have a little story I like to tell about Rick. This goes back to the early '80s. We both worked at IGA. I was a stock boy there, and he was in the meat department working. And there was times that he'd be on duty and he'd be on call, and a tone would drop. And you know, you think they have a steel metal door on front of the meat department. Well, you see Rick slam that door open, and he's running out, and he's throwing that meat smock off of us, and he's running down aisle 6 to throw some food to go to that job. And well, there's this is a little jealousy on us stock boys because Rick got to run out of that place, and we still had to stay back there and work. So we had this little image of Rick that he's out there in his fire helmet, holding that fire hose, fighting that fire, which is one of those times he forgot to take that white smock off.
Yes, I did.
Well, that dream, that wish came true then, right?
Well, and what's sad about that story is we had a car wreck and it was bad. I had that funny. But you know, hey, when you're doing it, you don't have time to think, oh my God, oh yeah, that was bad. Anyway, yeah.
Well, and so remember that.
Debbie's going around the yard, okay?
We also have something else here for you.
Great, you can wear that to work.
That is meat wrapping. Yeah, that's meat.
That's back in the old days when, yeah, we actually used piece of paper or heat wrap and, yeah, tape it.
Well, you don't know why you're opening that. You're peeling off this row of tape here. The Boy Scouts have a saying, that you always leave a campsite better than you found it. And we have been blessed for many years, as far as I can remember, that Bethel has always had a wonderful, great fire department. And Rick, since you've been here, you followed that scout model. You made this, like I said, this is a great fire department, and you and your crew has made this into an excellent fire department. I had somebody from another town talk to me one time about there was a fire in their town, and Bethel was called in as a backup, and she told me the people standing around looked there and I said, thank God Bethel's here. Yeah. So it's not only recognized by us, it's recognized by other adjoining towns, and it's a great job that we've done. So if you don't mind, you want to read that or do you want me to?
No, we'll read it. Richard Stillwell, so what the heck? Local State Fire Department Chief, in recognition for your loyal and dedicated service to the Local State Fire Department. Served for 46 years. Since August 21st, 2018. Thank you.
It's our honor and privilege here to represent Tate Township citizens. To say, Rick, thank you so much for helping keeping us safe. Thank you very much. Good job, well done.
Sorry to cry for the baby.
That's right.
He's my family too.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, I got it.
And these guys, man, they put up a lot of crap over the past 46 years.
Yes, Debbie.
You're an ugly crier, stop.
Feel the love there. Debbie,
Yeah.
I'd like to thank all your family
Yeah.
just for putting up with it. Especially for all the time that we took away from your family. I mean, it is very well appreciated. You can tell. Emotion in the room, everybody here, you guys, this fire department has a really tight family.
Yes.
And it's recognized and very much appreciated. I think for all the wives of the fire department.
And it will continue, because I'll tell you, I wouldn't have recommended Chief Cooper if he wasn't confident. And he's been here a long time, he knows how it works.
No,
You're
no,
fine.
it's the world, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
You guys want to send that all that patches on?
Yeah.
You guys gonna raise a motion for Rick to have visitation rights?
Well, next we have the street department report, please. Mr. Ed Stanley.
Cemetery report, all I have is old business of the cemetery. Had 8 burials. This is for the month of May. We get 4 foundation orders. So 2 graves, both in the township. We finished all foundations that was submitted to me for the month before the month of May, is through Memorial Day. I have things like that, taking 4 more in. The cemetery's been mowed 4 times. The curtains are in for the cemetery shelter. I have not yet put them up, checked them yet, haven't had time. Moving on to the roads, we've mowed all roads for the 2nd time. Cleanup went well. Next month I'll have a full report once I get all the paperwork in and the bills. Like I said, we're really well, appreciate all the help and all the people bringing their stuff to us, all the metal, all the jokes, trying to keep the township halfway through. Installed 90 foot of private drive culverts in 2 separate locations. That's all I have.
How's the mowing company working out?
Please.
How's the mowing company?
Great, great. I've had a lot of, what do you say? Not negative, but positive.
Compliments?
Compliments. A lot of good colors. It took them a few weeks to get down where they're at, but they're slowly doing it quicker. They're doing good. They're really good.
Well, I'd like to state, Mr. Stanley made a comment about how cleanup days went smooth. And I'd like to thank all the volunteers, because I know the Belleville street department stuff sent, 5 or 6 people come out and help us, which is a great, wonderful help. They're there for us every year. And then I do believe you had some help come in from Claremont County also.
Yeah,
And
through
they were
probation
helpful for
department.
us, and I said everything went through smooth and without any hiccups. And so it's, I'd like to thank all the crew for doing that. Our street department included. Any others?
I have a question.
Right. So next, I'd like to go to the zoning report. Mr. Williams.
Okay, it's pretty simple. I had 7 permits this month. Really no old news, new news. I have a variance meeting on June the 18th at 7 o'clock here at the firehouse for Jeffrey Wilton. And that's about it.
Thank you for a nice short sweep. As for zoning, anybody else have anything?
Yeah, we did purchase that 2013 Explorer from another township. We got $6,000, approximately $80,000. From last week. Could be.
I make the motion to accept the purchase of 2013 Ford Explorer for the price of $6,000.
Second? Yes.
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 That's it for the zoning. I'd like to go to the police report. Mr. Pike.
So the month of May, I do not have my personal stats for the month of May. I took about 2 weeks off for vacation. Anytime I'm off for an extended period of time, what happens is the shift supervisor will assign somebody to Tate Township. So we had various deputies working the township while I was on vacation, and I haven't compiled those stats from each individual one. So the list you've got there is the types of calls that were handled in the township for the month of May, for the types of calls we had. No reported thefts, no reported B&Es, no reported burglaries. First time in a long time none of that's happened in the township. So, no murders either. Okay. So that's what I got for you for the month of May.
I got any questions? All right, ready to board. Well, next, we're moving on to public participation. Got a sign-in sheet here. If anybody wanted to come up and speak, we ask for you to sign in. Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Before we move to the public participation, I just wanted to give an update on where we are in the process of the regulations. So we had a special meeting on Tuesday, June 4th. And the purpose of that meeting was to initiate the text amendment for the regulations to update our zoning code. So at that point, so that amendment occurred, the resolution was passed. Those regulations did go to our zoning commission. The zoning commission did submit it to the Claremont County Planning Commission. Submittal deadline was today. Confirmation was submitted. So it will be considered by the Claremont County Planning Commission at their June 25th meeting. Once they then, just as a, I'll need to meet with that first, what then happens is once the Claremont County Planning Commission issues its recommendation, our zoning commission will hold a public meeting, will advise as to that recommendation, we'll discuss it, we'll make its own recommendation, and then it will come back to the board, which time we'll hold a public meeting, consider everybody's recommendation, and make a decision. So we are moving along. A draft of the regulations, I believe, is on the website. Is that right, Kathy? Right? Okay, perfect. So those are up there. So we would encourage folks to take a look. So please provide feedback once you start having the public meetings, or reach out to anybody with thoughts or suggestions or questions. If you just want to chat it through, I'm happy to do that. So I just wanted to do that. Thanks.
Is there any other comments?
So what do you want to ask?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the 2093 fund for opioids. Sorry. For $7,500. For $7,500. I'm sorry.
Yes.
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 All right, as for public participation, I have Annette Bishop.
Right here.
Oh, okay. You can go ahead and stand up here. Okay, as for public participation, a township meeting is encouraged in an effort to conduct township business in an orderly and effective manner. The board of trustees has adopted the following rules of public participation and conduct of township meetings. Public participation at the regular meeting of the board is limited to 5 minutes per individual speakers. All comments and questions shall be addressed to the chairperson of the board.
Okay, never been here before. The timer started. Okay, so I am here to ask, plead, beg, whatever it takes, to have a loud music ordinance. A neighbor that has the subwoofer things or whatever, and it just permeates everything in the surrounding area. I have called on numerous occasions the sheriff's office, and they told me on every occasion that I have to come and ask you for an ordinance so that they can be quiet. You know, this is a 24-hour-a-day thing. People live in a 24-hour-a-day society. People sleep every day, night. They tell me that it's disorderly conduct if it's like after 11, get that. But I like to be outside. I don't want to listen to it. You're in my home. I don't know what else to do.
Have you talked to him?
I did. I was afraid for my safety and I left. He was right in my face and I left. Talked to his mother, who's his next door neighbor. She can't do anything about it. All in the township. And I'm just like, I don't want to sell my home. I want to retire there. I want to live in peace. And that's all I'm looking for. And
When is the music played? Is it played all the time? Are there particular hours?
it's mostly in the daytime, but it's extremely loud. We go in our home with the windows shut, and you can still hear it in the home. We're a good distance, but there's only trees and everything. There's not like the concrete walls up or anything, and like the subwoofers, different articles. National Institute of Health or Health and Safety or whatever it is, where it says that that reverberation travels, nothing really stops it. So, begging, so please have a peaceful summer. I don't know what else to do. I don't want to sell it. That's our retirement.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, I know we've heard this in the past.
Mhm.
First thing you said about how everyone works is successful.
I'm sorry, one more time.
With the loud music?
Like the loud noise ordinance and stuff, you said it was very successful, if I remember correctly.
No, the only thing we have in the township here is a barking dog ordinance. We don't have a loud music ordinance. I know Williamsburg Township took a strict one here a few years ago, the Clear Mountain thing, the food trucks and so forth like that. I believe, speaking to the other deputies, the prosecutors considered it if the deputy is standing in the subject's home and they can hear the music from inside, that's considered unreasonable under their township ordinance.
And that's Williamsburg?
That would be Williamsburg Township. So my recommendation for you guys would be get a copy of their ordinance, see what it says, and so forth. I know Batavia Township had one. I haven't heard much from it in a long time. They had one, I believe, that had decimal levels involved in it with Batavia Township. That could be something. And it's going to be you folks that's going to have to decide on what you guys is going to be appropriate for the township. So right now, the only thing I have to work with, which would be considered disorderly conduct, the prosecutor's office at this point in time, they usually don't start entertaining disorderly conduct until it's after about 11 o'clock in the evening, to where the noise would be considered unreasonable at that point in time under the disorderly conduct section. So anything more stricter than that is going to be up to a resolution by you guys to pass the ad ordinance. So, and I think with the barking dog, I know when they passed that, it went to the prosecutor's office. I got with the prosecutor's office. We kind of set up a system on how that would work. I know with the barking dog, first time I'm out there, I go talk to the people. I give them a warning, advise them of the ordinance. Second time I'm out there, I will give the complainant a referral for a mediation hearing with the prosecutor's office. If they ain't be able to make a resolution that way or some type of compromise, the third time I'm out there, it becomes a fine at that point in time. They'll be summoned to court. So that's how it works. I imagine that's how they'll also do that with the loud music. Yes, ma'am.
I've called so many times when the dog's barking.
Reference to where at, ma'am?
Salt Air Maple.
On Saltaire Maple?
Yes.
Okay,
You've been in my
This
house.
is her 5 minutes, guys.
Sorry.
that's all right.
So the working dog.
Okay.
Yes,
go ahead.
Okay, so the working dog thing, I used to have a problem with that, and then. But anyway, so I don't have that issue anymore, but I can hear that in my house, I can go in my house and be safe there. Now, I have to sleep with earplugs in. I cannot go outside and garden. I cannot, my granddaughters do not want to come over our house, they left 3 weeks ago because of the noise. I don't know what to do, and I need this.
Yeah,
Your comments?
I think I'm happy to look into it. I'm happy to gather the resolutions and report back. Yeah, I'm gonna look at both of those. I'm happy to talk to Julia and report back to you guys, what's out there, what our options are. To see.
If we have 2 minutes, that's
Okay.
yeah, see where we get it from.
Yeah, because it's 24 hours a day. I mean, everybody, police need to sleep in the daytime, so do doctors, nurses, do you want these people, taking care of you? If they're gonna have proper sleep, I don't know. I live on the street.
And just to get me.
Okay. Tell you exactly where it lives too. He just has a really loud system,
Okay, what we'll do is, like I said, is, we'll get our counsel on that, and then, we'll also get Xavier, Gettysburg, and
We'll
see.
look at that. Yeah, we'll just look at the surrounding townships and see.
I looked at Batavia and they have some arcade thing where it's, you have to sleep between 11 and 7 in the morning or something.
But we'll,
We need to like live in the day. Probably.
You want at Gettysburg, I know, like Price said, have the food trucks and stuff, they would do this. So that means the music and everything is probably. We'll look into that.
Is that in the daytime also?
This is in the evenings when they have theirs.
Well,
but we're looking at those just for guidance, right? Not saying we'll adopt those straight out, just to understand how they did.
parking dogs slash loud music. Thank you.
That's
Appreciate
right.
your
All right,
time.
thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
And how long is your?
I don't know, but I will be able to report on it. Have something to say. It's probably will because we'll have to pass it. So that will require.
I'll just say it's just us.
But we'll move it as fast as we can, appreciating.
Hey, second guess we have on the NB.
I was gonna pass until she brought up what she did. While you're looking into that, we have over by the marshalling yard, that gentleman over there has a racetrack. He is squealing tires and stuff, starts at 11 o'clock at night, revving the engines and squealing tires till, I finally fall asleep around 2. I don't know who else hears it. Now, I know the winery plays their music, they're done at 9:30, it's, it kind of echoes around. But that squealing stuff starting at 11 o'clock at night until Mia phases out and the revving of engines. So think about that too with the noise. Every night so far. I hear it every night. We go to bed at 11, windows are open, right at the marshalling yard.
It used to be on Saturdays.
No, they're revving engines, like he's working on stuff and they take them out spinning around and running tires.
And how many times you called me on that?
I haven't.
Okay.
But I've seen
You're making me look bad here.
it's music to go to sleep by.
I'm just saying.
If they're doing a noise ordinance, and I've tried to be a nice person about it, thinking, okay, maybe he's just trying to do something.
Well,
Maybe he's trying to get ready for a race or something.
One of the things with the ordinance you gotta look at too is what's the purpose of the noise to begin with? Because then you're gonna have people out here, because they can hear the announcer at the football field on a Friday night.
Well, we can
And so forth.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that. So you're also gonna look at what the noise is for. I know we got a gentleman that lives in Tate Township, he complains in Monroe Township because of the drive-in theater is too loud for him. He doesn't want to hear the drive-in theater. So that's something you got to look at when you do the loud noise ordinance and so forth.
The other thing is when the H1 beetle came in, one of the biggest complaints that people were complaining about at the time, and there was the marshalling yard with the really loud grinding and stuff. The people that live by there, and it was, they were told by so many decibels that you know, noise levels and that kind of. I don't know if that helps or not, but it was just something to bring, that's what they brought up as far as, because that machine was so loud. I don't know how they buffed it down, but they did. That's it.
All right, third one we have on the list is Rita O'Toole.
Our big problem is Hoover Road. It's been a problem, especially this last month or 6 weeks, because of the construction on 133. And a lot of people have been detouring down Hoover Road. Well, when you turn down Hoover Road from 133, about 40 yards in or so, there's a sharp right turn. There's no sign that says there's a sharp right turn. So we have heard a lot of because there's a sharp right turn. So my question is, can we get a big yellow sign that says sharp right turn put back up there? There was one, and there was a wreck. Somebody went straight instead of sharp right turn. Probably a year and a half, 2 years ago now. There was one. The signs are still, the little stakes are still there. The high stakes and the sign is not. So anyway, so I was hoping to look to see if maybe that could be looked into, getting the big yellow sign put back up.
Yeah, we're getting a sharp right turn sign.
After you go around the sharp right turn, you go around the sharp left turn, the left turn still has their sign. So,
Doesn't it? Yeah, I've never noticed that in the right turn.
but anyway, so we were hoping that we could get a, right turn. It's probably moved the point now, but, well, in the general scheme of things, it's not, but now each one's open, not seeing people will use it, but people who do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being there already, it should open. I'm sorry, what you said already being there in the past?
It won't be an issue. I'll have it up, try to get it up tomorrow.
And also in front of house, after you go around short right, short left, then right in front of house 3285, there's water always in the road. A little, it wells up through the road. And, right, yeah, that the big brick house up on the hill, at the end of their driveway, there's a little spot of water that's always there, it wells up through the road, right in the middle of the road. And I don't know, I guess I just kind of think, will that someday be a sinkhole? Because it's always there, it's always wet. And can that somehow be looked into?
Yes, you did.
Yes. I mean,
Maybe look at it, definitely get the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I get the sign up, I'll look at it.
okay. That was it.
Maybe there's a water
Thank you.
main leaking or something. Water main or something.
It's just go straight away in the middle of the road like that. That one spot's always wet.
It's in the middle of the road.
Yeah, it's a natural spring that it's been there forever.
That's what I thought it was, free.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
used to be a gravel tar road that would do the same thing, we popped the tar with our bicycle tire. So I don't know how you're gonna fix it, I'm
So
sorry.
you were the problem, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, it's just a little, it's just a little wet spot, right? That guy, it's been that guy started, but it's out to the road.
Go ahead, your name for them.
You can go on. I'll come from.
You just sit right here,
I'm just writing down that. Okay, the next one on the list is Our Sons.
So, my issue is a property out on South End. Actually, owned all the way at 90 acres. 7 years ago, it's all been divided by, Eric White purchased a house. And there was some zoning changes that allowed that farm zone to be changed to commercial zone. He decided to build some storage units. And the storage units are now in place. And in the zoning and how this all took place, he faced all these units right at my house. And he put his driveway in 10 feet from my property line off of Banham Road. So every vehicle that pulls into his storage units that goes down beside my property is now going to shine lights right now. The question is there any way we can force him to put up some type of a privacy fence that separates his units from my property, and maybe some type of open close ordinance so that there's not people coming and going and post lights 24/7 on this property that he's elected to face my property with. I don't quite understand why the doors of his units face my house. If someone backs into his units to unload, their headlights are right in my house. And I've taken this up with Vermont County as well. His driveway that he put in for his units, he dug a retention pond. We pulled all the soil from the retention pond back up onto the property, back to the property, and now his property is 5 inches higher than my property, and the natural drain doesn't work anymore. It just saturates when it storms. I took that up with Fairmont County. They did get a case number on it, but I kind of need some help from the township to see what we can do to make this a more, friendly situation between he and I. I tried talking to him, he doesn't seem to care.
Did you try the soil conservation part?
I did, and they came out with a case. Well, they shut him down and told him he had to fix the water problem, which he hasn't fixed yet, but, the other thing with the water problem is the house, we built the house in the 60s and it's got a septic system. And the leach lines run back out to that field that drains out through the same property line, and I just don't. I'm not full.
But the water
Always,
won't
right. It just backs up into the field. I have pictures. If somebody wants me to submit photos to an email or something, it was literally April and May. The grass got this high up there. Before I could mow it, I had to mow it 6 times, took me 10 hours to mow my grass. So, because it finally dried up enough to get the mower.
How much the county fund?
County has shut him down, because he had no permits to put his buildings up.
That's the building department.
The building department.
Those are the main ones you need to have, because they're going to keep, I'm gonna make sure he's following within the guidelines and everything, and like the water and everything. They're gonna make sure he's getting the proper call routes and stuff like that. That's out of our hands, that's all county. And we can call them and, just tell them, know that you brought that to our attention. There is an issue there.
I have a case number. Well, I have a case number on that, but the building department, I had to come to Tate Township for zoning or site hours, specific hours that this run, business hours, who wants people banging around and loading and unloading box trucks with the light coming through your living room window and at midnight, and there's no restrooms, and I'm like, shouldn't there be portalettes or some type of septic system or something put out there? He's like, nah,
And I said, well, where are these people gonna use the restroom? You know they're gonna pull in here, if they gotta use the restroom, they're gonna use the restroom.
I know most of them don't have restroom requirements on them, unless they're accepting public place. But it's, Ron, if I remember correctly, did those plans not have a fence all the way around that whole property?
Yes,
And
and
they
I-
had privacy signs?
Yes, and I talked to Eric White probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, because this gentleman called me about that concern at that time. And I asked him, I said, you know, is there any way that you, down that side there, that you could put up a privacy fence? Because I told him about this man's concern. He says, yes, Rob, I have every intention of putting, you know, privacy fence down there. So
Well, and that's fine if you will, because when I talked to him, he said, it's only chain links.
all I can do is go by what he's saying, because right now, the way that I do understand it, and this is just my understanding, that he did not get any permits from the county, and they've shut him down, so there shouldn't be nobody in there leasing one of them.
Well, they're not doing anything now.
Right, because the
when I
county
made
shut
my
them down.
complaint to the county, they sent the water, the soils out to look, and he's looking at it saying, why are these buildings up here? The only permit that he's been approved for is for his foundations. He's got everything built, ready to open, he's even got his gates.
He came to me and got his building permits from me, and then he was supposed to go to the county and get permits from the county. Yeah, but he did get the permits from me, but he didn't. The way I understand it, I'm not 100% positive. I ain't talked to nobody at the county, but no, he didn't get no permits from the county. So, you know, he's dealing with the county on that, and I don't know what they're doing at this point in time.
As for the activities, he had to put a fence up, and it's supposed to be a privacy fence all the way around the whole complex. And he's not allowed to start a business unless all those requirements are met.
Right.
Yeah, that's part of the proof. That's one of the requirements, for safety also. Obviously, we go by at different times, and I'm right across the street from there. I can watch from the daytime and stuff. It's, I mean, you can't, he has to meet all the building requirements for the building up the business. So if he's having people come in there and already bring those and stuff, obviously, he hasn't met the requirements to open up yet. So it's, if you could document it, people coming in there, so that way it's just not, hey, good people.
I haven't seen anybody come in, and he's stopped. But yeah, he has stopped. I talked to the building department today, and they shut him down until he gets his permits approved and I guess fines paid, whatever. But he still they told me they're not going to allow him to open until he gets
Right.
the water problem fixed.
You know, another issue out there, as you guys just picked out, basement out there.
Right.
And you see the vegetation.
You're gonna have to put your hat on it.
In that.
So that's a
Oh,
horrible,
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
horrible
yeah.
line.
That's what they say, that's what, in the state saying setback.
Yeah, we still on.
Well, that's what I was thinking. What's the setback for
It depends on.
You have to be off the right of way.
it? It has to be off the right away.
Isn't that 75 feet back up there?
It's 65 foot off.
65? 65 feet back from the road. So
It's 65 feet from the center of the road off of 125. Then I'm not sure, I know that's what mine is.
Okay.
I'm not sure what offset off the south main one will be. They're different depending on the adjoining properties.
I think it was.
And there's also something in the zoning book, I can't recall it off the top of my head, that says that you cannot put anything close enough to the road where say you pulled up to a stop sign, you have to have so many feet with nothing but obstructing your view.
Yeah,
I can't
obstruct
remember.
your view to make
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it is, but there,
You see this, I'm stating that.
The problem is the bend. There was a bend on 125 there, even when roads planted corn. It was a horrible intersection, you know, people that live there know better, and they come down to 125 and go out to get out. That curve, you can't see. A lot of times,
We'll look at it. I'm sorry. that, the time's over. You will look into it,
And if you could keep us posted too, that would be helpful, I
Yeah.
think, to let us know what you're hearing from the county, what you're observing, and then we can sort of look at it from the county perspective.
and the state will be involved with the state and county. That's all. This is all free.
Okay, so, do I expect that to come here next month on Tuesday, we have some kind of answer?
Just call.
Something, or just
call. We call, yeah. Thanks, John.
And let us know too if something happens in the interim that you could.
Okay, the next speaker will be Amy Hutchison Campbell.
Well, first, thank you guys for the work on the resolution again, and thank you again for the there. And thank you for having Chris Cooper also report once again for us. My issue with that is when I look on the website and the minutes were not there, and we missed a special meeting that was really important to a great deal of us last month, that it was not on the website. Today, once again, thank you, Chris. I know he's reporting it again, but I know Kathy was tasked with that duty at the February 13th meeting, and that's still not being done. I mean, I have the meeting minutes right here with me. It specifically says that Durbin recommended to add fiscal officer as the second administrator. It was seconded by Mr. Wilson. Roll call was Durbin, yes, Wilson, yes, and Reed, yes, at that time, because we were not using the voice recording implement that was bought and purchased, used. So now that we have all this, it would be nice if Kathy and Pam could implement that and make sure that they're really, if they're doing their job that they were tasked to be back in February. I know Chris tried to catch it last month in time, and the meeting was a little bit different, so it didn't really get recorded as it should have been. Shame. That was a great meeting. If anybody missed it, it was a great meeting. And just to add on to Rita's with Hoover Road issue, I'm not sure what section you're talking about. From, was it 133 Hoover? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. I travel that at least 5 or 6 times a week. The spring's right at the end of my parents' driveway on that little dip that goes up, and that has been there forever, and I guess it always will be. But there is no curb sign there, like she stated. And once you go around, I've been run off the road several times with people flying through there, and it drops off. The gravel will start to wash away, and the ditch is pretty deep. So that's kind of a safety thing to look at, just in case. I don't know, just to add to that for what Rita said, because it is a hazard, and people were using that going through with the cutoff, and hopefully that slows up, but we'll see. Now they know that they can have a shortcut, so I don't know. It's 133 to Felicity's back open. But it really is, it's a little dangerous when you go through there. You don't know there's a curve and people are flying through there. So just to kind of back up what Rita said, that's kind of a big deal, especially pulling out of that driveway by the dip. So it's a hidden driveway. Yeah. And if y'all could look into the, meeting minutes being put up, the last one up there on the website was from April. There's none for May at all. They're written, are not posted. Not everyone has Facebook, and it's just nice to have everything as it should be. So thank you guys, and thank you Chris once again for keeping everybody up to date when you can. He's got a lot of responsibilities now to tend to aside from the video camera.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I don't have anything.
We are looking into the website. Like I said, it's, the last meeting, it was a time error. We try to have all our meetings at 7 o'clock, so that way it's consistent. That way everybody has, when they think about Tate Township, it's 7 o'clock. That one was 6:30 due to some other time scheduling. We apologize for that. We didn't notice it till too late. That is being worked on, and we discussed, and we're going to discuss about having maybe some backup. And we've had some other issues about getting some postings and stuff, and we are addressing.
Yeah, we're gonna look into the website, how it's designed and, I'm taking a look at township websites, what do they look like, how are they done? So we are looking at that to see what changes make for accessibility purposes, that folks who can't be here have the ability to watch or know what's happening and how they occur. So, yes, thank you for raising it. We are looking at it. It is sensitive, to us too. It's important to us too. We want folks to know what's happening. So, and have access to that if they have questions. So.
That's all that's on our list. That's everything else.
I'll second it.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Thank you.
Again, Mr. Stowell. Thank you very much.
What's that?
Yeah, my husband.
Huh?
Yeah.